Namaste, Namaskar, Vanakkam, Sastriya Kal, and welcome back to Grow with the J.A.N family. Today I'm going to be reacting to some clips of the rioting that's been going on. I know we've done some a little bit before, but this is some brutality against the police. And there's been so much negative stuff in the news about India, but this just makes us sad and angry. This bill has been put into effect and people are going crazy, and their leadership is not all on the same page, and there's been protests, and I know it's not everybody, but there's been some horrible protesting. Police are getting injured, shot in a country that doesn't believe in guns. Guns are illegal. So yeah. And the thing with that is, I've seen some of the comments from before, like some people are for this bill, some people are against this bill. You know, they're like, what if somebody comes into your house? Here's the deal with this. And this is my understanding from watching Sadhguru, from reading stuff, from the news. So I've had a variety of different angles of this. They are people that were persecuted that in the countries, in the neighboring countries, because they were minorities, coming back to India where they used to be as one. And they've been living in India for the past 10, 15, or almost 20 years illegally. So they're already in your backyard, been eating your food, working probably for, whatever they can without the government knowing. And the government is trying to make them accountable. So this is not to take anybody's citizenship away that's already there. This is not against any religion. This is just to protect the people that were already there, that have been persecuted, and that's why they left these neighboring countries, and to give them a place to call home. Not only that, to make them accountable, make them pay taxes, and to find out some history about them, because what if some terrorists did sneak in? That's the thing. Like, India needs to be on top of the stuff, because 26/11 happened, and we don't want it to happen again. So that is part of the reason we're doing this. One, this just makes us sad to see this, and angry, so angry that the police who protect you every single day, who put their lives on the line, who go out, and help you when you need it, are being thrown stones and rocks and shot at. And they're not allowed to touch these protesters, who shouldn't be out there doing like this anyways. You protest, you are against it, you can be against it, you cannot like it, but you need to find a civil, organized way to protest. Calling the Modi, calling Congress, whoever you need to call, write letters, civil protests, not violent protests. This is like terrorizing the city, terrorizing the police. And then when something happens, you're going to be like, oh, the police didn't come. Duh. They didn't get to come because they're all sitting in the hospital with bullet wounds or rocks thrown at their heads. Anyways, I'm going to start this video now. Yeah, this breaks our heart to see this. Security forces give everything, and this is how some people, we know not everybody, there is a peaceful majority out there that aren't doing this, but throwing stones at the police. Like, he trips and falls and they come after him and start throwing rocks at them. Like, this is how you treat your police officers. You can protest civilly. This is not civil. This is terrorism, vandalism, and this crap doesn't happen in the US. Too many people own guns. It's just unbelievable. And what is this doing? Is this making your point? Is this going to change the law, change the rules? Or is this just making chaos?
तेरा रंग था मैं तो जिया तेरे ढंग
This is ridiculous, the amount of people surrounding this vehicle. And is it an ambulance? And now the police are in the hospital. So if somebody does need help, your help is all injured. They need to be able to do more about these protests. This is ridiculous, and there needs to be a better way, a better system. And guns, illegal firearms. Police are not allowed to use their weapons against the protesters, but they've been shot at more than once. Who is supporting this? Who is behind all this, creating fear among Muslims, supporting violent protests, criticizing the army, tearing this bill up. You don't believe in it, that's different. Don't spread false information, and this is just crazy. It's the beginning of the end. The students, you need to understand this bill, and you need to understand how to protest civilly, because this is gonna ruin your life if you get thrown in jail for throwing rocks at the police. RSS held marches in Hyderabad, and let's see the difference in this one. This is how you protest. If you have something, either you're for it or against it, organized, not disturbing traffic, not disturbing shops, you can civilly protest. Gandhi is the god of sit-ins, civil ways to do this. There are many, many ways if you don't agree with the laws or the rules to change stuff. And everything is not going to be in your favor. You're not always going to get the rules and the laws the way you want it, but you have it really good in India, and right now these protesters are messing things up pretty badly. This is a highly disciplined, very peaceful protest, and that's how it should be. RSS has gotten a lot of slack, but they are the first people to help when the army's not around, the first people to help when the flood victims are not around. Imran Khan threw them under the bus on the UN floor, calling them terrorists like Nazis. It's not how that should be. This just makes me angry, makes my blood boil to see the police that put themselves on the line, that get up at 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning if they get calls, and they go out and help people in need. They're helping not only your family, trying to keep the streets safe, but when disasters happen, fires, flooding, they are out there putting their life on the line, and this is how they're getting repaid right now. You can protest the bill, but you need to protest it in a non-violent manner. Can't go out there throwing stones and bricks and creating violence and chaos and having illegal guns. Now, this is where I think the Second Amendment needs to come into play in India a little bit. I do think the police need to have better weaponry, and they need to be able to use it a little bit better. I think maybe they're being told not to use it on the protesters, but they're getting beat. And so there needs to be some action. There needs to be some better discipline on this, and the leadership needs to come together. If you're against this, you can't send vicious, violent acts. That's what they should be doing. You have to show good leadership. If you're against it, you have to say, I don't agree with this, but this is how we're going to protest it. Not go out there, and do this crap, because it is causing so much anarchy and chaos and violence, and there's no need for it. There needs to be a better way to do this, to protest. And you need to come together, because I feel like it's coming. Pakistan and Imran Khan talked about bloodbaths. They talked about war. They talked about all that. And U.S. caught air traffic over Pakistan. And now there's chaos going on in India. I just feel like it's coming. It's the dark clouds are creeping. It's coming. You need to get yourselves together and start working together. In this, you can't let this bill be the destruction. You got to get through this. This is not against the Muslims already in India. This is to protect the minorities that have already been living in India for the last 10, 20, 30 years. This is not against anyone now that's living there. If you have citizenship papers, it has nothing to do with you. Make the people that have been living here for the past 10 or 15, 20 years pay taxes and be accountable. So find a better way to protest before the end happens. And I don't want to see it, because India is such a beautiful country and this needs to stop. You need to protect the police. You need to protect the people. And I know the peaceful majority from both sides are not doing this, but the people that are out there doing this, they need to find a better way. The peaceful majority needs to come out and denounce this. Something. There has to be a better answer. I hope you guys like this video, and hopefully things will get better. And don't forget to subscribe and join our wonderful J.A.N family, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.